This video is intended for all audiences.
I want Brian.
Caboose, it's Brains, not Brian. Oh.
There's nothing on. Might as well make a Minecraft video. What's up, broskies? And welcome to Elementface, Read Your Fan Mail, Part 2. Now, as some of you may have figured out, I have a fan mail account. It is elementfacefanmail at yahoo.com. So, if you have any riveting questions for yours truly, send them there, and I will answer them as I see fit. Now, some of you may have noticed, because I explicitly told you that all of the fan mail I received in my last video was completely made up. I made up those questions by myself. But in this video, 100% of them are by you guys, the broskies. So please, seriously, send in those messages, because I like answering questions. So let's get on to the first one. Alright, the first one is from Gabe, and he's from New York. Gabe writes, "Hey Elementface, why don't you post your save files anymore? P.S. Are you..." Come on, not this question again. Alright, so I already went over that whole gay thing, so let's just go over the save file things. So Gabe, here's the answer to your save file related question. I don't post save files for 80% laziness and 20% just won't work. 80% laziness is because I actually host my multiplayer server through MX Hub. They give us the ability to download our world, but sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes the download just takes way too long, so I'm just too lazy to download it and then re-upload it for you guys. Now the 20% issue is it's a multiplayer server, so it won't convert back to single player. Especially because our server is a bucket server, so there will be some breakage issues, and you know, if you guys can figure it out, that's fine, but I didn't think it would work with single player. So that's the reason why I don't post my save files anymore. Now, let's go on to the next one. This one is from Iran, and he's from Israel. Quite an exotic place to receive some mail from. There was a lot of broken English in this one, so I had to try to extrapolate the message the best I could. But here's basically what it said. "Hey Elementface, why did you stop publishing videos of your home, and why don't you post save files anymore?" Well, Iran, I already went over the save file issue, so let's tackle the why don't I post videos of my home anymore issue. Well, the reason I don't make updates of my world anymore, I didn't really understand this question at first, but then I really thought about it. Now, for lack of a better term, I'm going to mention that I have an alpha world and a beta world. The alpha world was the world I had in the alpha version of Minecraft, and beta is the world that I'm working on now, which is in the beta version. If you want to go to version 1 of the alpha version, just click on that annotation up there, that'll take you to it. Now, I'm guessing that's what he's talking about. I wasn't really sure. So, the reason I don't make that anymore, or that series of the alpha, is because I actually decided to celebrate Minecraft going beta. So I decided I was going to wipe the slate clean and build a new world. And I decided an underground world would be best. And that's what you guys see today, the beta series. So there's the alpha series, which I don't make anymore because I actually blew it up with thousands of blocks of TNT. I think I used over 9,000 blocks. So, there's an annotation up there. Let's see how many corners I can take up. I blew it up completely and I just started over. So that's why I don't make those videos anymore. So I hope that answers your question. Now let's go on to the next one. This next question comes from Twiggy8247, and he asked, "Hey Elementface, how long have you been playing Minecraft?" Well, Twiggy, this is a pretty easy question to explain. I originally bought Minecraft in about mid to late October of 2010. I stayed up for approximately 36 hours straight building my first mansion. That actually ended up being Mansion version 1, which was over here somewhere earlier when I told you to go to it. I actually stayed on it so long that when I had to go to college the next day, I fell asleep in calculus. What actually happened is I did the whole head bobbing thing, you know, where you're sleeping. I actually fell off my hand and I smacked my face against the desk, and at least within a 5-person radius everybody looked at me. Now, I didn't feel it, but it was loud. So it was back in October. That's the point of what I'm trying to make. It's back in October, and about 2 days after I made my first world is when I uploaded my first video. So that's how it all got started. Alright, so let's move on to the next one. This one is from Jeremy, and Jeremy writes, "Hey Elementface, would you mind making a Java tutorial so that you can explain to us viewers how to make mods?" Well, Jeremy, I tried this once, and I'm sure none of you know this, but I tried to make a modding how-to earlier. And what ended up happening is it ended up being about half an hour long. The quality wasn't very good. You couldn't really see what I was doing, and it was just really unclear. So, since you asked, maybe I'll put the effort in and just redo it. But it will end up being a very long video, or a series of videos. We'll see. But as of now, I will make one. So, let's move on to the next piece of email. But actually, before we move on, I just want to remind you guys to hit the like and subscribe button. It only takes a quick second. In fact, you can probably do it by the time I'm done explaining why I want you to do it. But in short, I like it when you guys do it. So please, hit the like button and subscribe button. I'd really like it if you do that. So let's move on to the next one. And this one is from an unnamed person because they had quite an inappropriate username. We'll just call him Jacob. But in short, Jacob said, "Hey Elementface, I've been having issues with my survival multiplayer server. Whenever I try to log on, it just takes too long. How do you host your SMP server? And what should I do to fix mine?" Well, this could be a very big issue for you. What is most likely happening is either you have a computer that isn't powerful enough to run Minecraft server, or you don't have an internet connection that's fast enough. Now, by computer powerful enough, I mean at least 4 gigabytes of RAM, a very high, not a very high speed, but a good speed CPU, and that's really all you need for hardware specs. Now, what you're most likely doing wrong is you can't connect to your Minecraft server if you're using that computer to host a server. What I mean by that is, if I have my laptop that I use for Minecraft and I run the server on it, I can't log on to the server with my laptop. Unless you have a supercomputer, and I mean a supercomputer. You can't run a server and a client at the same time. So you have to have one computer completely dedicated to running the server, and the other one that you actually play on. Now, if you want other people to log on, you probably need at least a 3 to 5 megabit per second connection to the internet. Anything slower than that, and you're just going to experience a lot of lag. So that hardware and software, that's what could be going on with your server. Now, unless you have the money to fork over for all of that, there is a pretty cheap and convenient alternative. Now, this is how I actually host my server. There are numerous server hosting websites out there, such as MXHub, MinecraftServerHost.com, those sorts of things. They didn't just pop up out of nowhere. They are actually children of websites that host other kinds of servers, like World of Warcraft or StarCraft servers. So they're very trustworthy. In fact, I myself use MXHub, and they are very high quality. We pay about $15 a month for a 10-person slot. That means 10 people at once can log on. It runs a bucket server, and we can install any mods that they have in their database. It's all completely console automated. It's mostly just button pushing. It's really easy. Now, when you choose to do a subscription, you do lose some control over your server, such as how many people can log on at once, what kind of server it can be, because most Minecraft server hosting websites will force you to use a bucket server. Not to say that Bucket's bad, it's just, you know, everything has its limitations, and sometimes you want something that Bucket can't support. So, but the trade-off is very little. You know, you get the added bonus of security, you get the added bonus of customer support. You know, if something on the server breaks, just tell somebody else to fix it instead of having to spend an hour figuring out what went wrong and how to fix it. Just, you know, tell whoever you hire to do it. And it's only $15 a month for 10 people at once. And I'll tell you, the most I got on the server at one time was probably 6. So you'll almost never hit your limit. It's really cheap. So if you really want to host a Minecraft server, I really suggest you just fork over like $10 or $15 a month instead of having to pay more money for a higher speed and another computer to run the server. There are Hamachi alternatives, but again, if you don't have the internet for it, you might as well just go with the subscription. Alright, so let's move on to the final piece of email we have. And this one comes from That White DJ, and he writes, "Hey Elementface, how do you feel about donations to the server?" Well, That White DJ, I'd have to do some legal research to see what kind of legalities and tax issues I'd run into if I accepted donations. But if you wanted to, I could probably file it as gifts. You guys could give it to me legally as a gift, and then all I have to worry about is if it reaches a certain limit, I just have to cover it under my taxes. So maybe not so much a donation, but more of a gift to myself, and then I'd use it exclusively for Minecraft. It'd be really helpful to me because sometimes money's really tight during the month, and I really have to bite my teeth and really, you know, just bite the bullet on it and fork the money over for the server, and then just, you know, not buy anything for myself for the next week or two. So, you know, just having $15 would be great, because that'd pay off the server for a whole month, and that'd really help me out. So, you know, if you want to donate to the server, you know, you can contact me. Of course, you have to be 18 to do it. I can't accept donations from anybody under 18. It's just a legal issue. So if you want to donate to the server, feel free to. I will legally accept it as a gift to myself as a person, not to the server as a donation. But it will be used for the server, I guarantee that. Well, that's it for the fan mail this time. Again, if you want to send your own fan mail in, it's elementfacefanmail@yahoo.com. So, Elementface signing off. See you later, broskies. Hey, broskies. I just wanted to say thanks for watching my video, and to remind you to subscribe and like this video. Be sure to check out my Facebook and MinecraftForum.net threads. You can find these in the links in the description or on my YouTube channel. If you wish to be featured in a video, just send me a private message to my Facebook or YouTube accounts. All you need is a Skype account. Thanks again, broskies.